Norway is moving to tighten its borders in what critics warn could become one of the most restrictive migration screening regimes in Europe, disproportionately affecting people from poorer non-European countries. The proposed measures are part of Norway's effort to align with the EU's sweeping migration overhaul, formerly known as the Pact on Migration and Asylum. Although Norway is not an EU member, its participation in the Schengen system binds it closely to European border policy. Under the new framework, all third-country nationals, a term widely used to describe individuals from outside the EU and EEA, will face mandatory screening procedures upon arrival if they have not already been processed elsewhere in Europe. This includes identity verification, biometric registration, and cross-checks against international security databases. According to the European Commission, the goal of the screening regulation is to ensure that all persons entering the EU are subject to uniform checks, strengthening both migration control and internal security. But human rights advocates argue that such language masks a deeper reality. Critics say the policy effectively creates a two-tier system, one for wealthier travelers who pass through borders with minimal friction, and another for migrants, often from Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Asia, who are subjected to intensive scrutiny, confinement, and fast-track deportation procedures. Under Norway's proposal, individuals may be held for up to 7 days in designated facilities, while authorities determine their status. According to reporting by the local Norway, the government has also emphasized the need for more efficient returns of those denied residence. Language that campaigners say signals a tougher stance on deportations. This is not just about administration, it's about deterrence, argue migration researchers across Europe. By increasing the intensity and immediacy of border checks, countries aim to discourage irregular arrivals altogether. Supporters of the policy maintain that stronger screening is necessary in an era of rising migration pressures and geopolitical instability. They argue that standardized procedures across Europe will reduce loopholes, prevent secondary movements between countries, and ensure that asylum claims are handled more consistently. Yet the optics and the human consequences remain contentious. For many, the reforms reinforce a growing perception of Fortress Europe, where mobility is increasingly shaped by nationality and economic origin. While the policy is framed as a neutral administrative upgrade, its real-world impact is likely to fall most heavily on those already facing the greatest barriers to movement. If adopted, Norway's new rules are expected to take effect alongside the EU's broader Migration Pact rollout around 2026, marking a significant shift in how one of Europe's wealthiest countries manages its borders and who ultimately gets through them.